It's strange how, in New York City, the more you look at something small like a street corner, the more you see. It changes faster the longer you look at it. Choosing the best things to do here can be challenging, so we will make it easier for you. From walking around Central Park to eating soup dumplings in Chinatown, here are some of our favorite things to do in New York City. Number 1. Central Park. If you want to feel like Nora Ephron in New York, you have to walk through Central Park while you're there. When you leave the crowded sidewalks of 59th Street and enter a massive green, you won't even notice the 693 acres of gardens, meadows, woods, and hills laid out by people. You would have to walk 58 miles to cover all of Central Park's paths. Aside from statues, bridges, and arches, the path goes by 21 playgrounds, an ice rink in the winter, and even a zoo. But you wouldn't even notice the 4 main crosstown roads because they are cleverly hidden in caves with many plants. You can mark off places you want to see in Central Park, like the Bow Bridge, the Bethesda Fountain, Belvedere Castle, and the Strawberry Fields John Lennon Memorial. Number 2. Chinatown. One of the areas that makes Lower Manhattan lively and memorable is Chinatown. As you exit the Canal Street subway station and onto the sidewalk, you'll see many people, neon light shops, and people selling fake designer bags. Eventually, you'll reach the narrow streets of Chinatown, where you can see lots of fresh food, hanging ducks, and old and new restaurants. Chinatown comprises Tribeca, Soho, Little Italy, and the Lower East Side. You can come in any way that works for you. Everyone will get something out of a trip to Chinatown, whether they only have time to eat a box of roast pork or duck from Wafeng No. 1. For an hour before they have to go somewhere else, or they stay for half a day and shop for food, eat out, and go to the Museum of Chinese in America. Number 3. Whitney Museum of American Art. When the Whitney moved from the Upper East Side to its much bigger meatpacking offices in 2015, it got a big makeover. It has 50,000 square feet of galleries with works by Jean-Michel Basquiat, Richard Avedon, and Alexander Calder. Outside, it has 4 show spaces and terraces, a restaurant on the ground floor, and a bar on the top floor, both designed by Danny Meyer, one of the most famous restaurant owners in town. 2 elevators designed by artists link the floors, but move slowly and are crowded. If you don't have any trouble getting around, take the stairs instead. At the top, you can see the incredible views of the Hudson River. A set of outdoor stairs also connects the upper floors to the sculpture terraces. These stairs offer great views of the downtown skyline and a rare chance to see art outside. Number 4. Yankee Stadium. Going to a baseball game in New York City is a standard thing to do in the spring or summer. The 27-time world champions of New York play their home games at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. From Manhattan, it's easy to get there. The train takes 30 minutes to get there from Penn Station and 20 minutes to get there from Grand Central Terminal. It was built for $1.5 billion, which makes it one of the most expensive stadiums in the world. The big event here is, of course, New York Yankees games, but you can also go to concerts, college football games, and soccer games. Number 5. The Cathedral of St. John the Divine. The Cathedral of St. John the Divine is the world's biggest cathedral and 6th biggest church by size. It is located at 112th and Amsterdam in Morningside Heights, Upper Manhattan. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people come through these doors for a reason. The church itself is worth seeing, with its beautiful Gothic architecture, storytelling stained glass windows, and tapestries from the 17th century. But there is also art here that is very important to New York City, like Keith Haring's white gold and bronze altarpiece and Meredith Bergman's 9/11 memory sculpture, which holds pieces of the Twin Towers. Every day and on Sunday, the church has worship services that everyone is welcome to attend. There is no fee to pray, think, or reflect in the cathedral. It costs $5 to get in for people who are just looking around. Different tours are available every day of the week too. Number 6. Summit One Vanderbilt. There are many breathtaking views in the city, but the people who worked on Summit One Vanderbilt put together a full experience that you could easily spend a few hours at. The elevator is the first stop. It's a bright and noisy ride that takes people to the 91st floor. There, you'll find a huge room with mirrors that has a view of New York City. Kenzo Digital's art installations change all the time, and there are also two unique features: levitation, a glass skybox that makes you feel like you're 1,000 feet above Madison Avenue, and ascent, a separate glass elevator that takes you even higher to see views of downtown Manhattan. Inside, a Nordic-style room designed by Snøhetta serves food and drinks from Danny Meyer's Union Square events, like pastrami stuffed pretzels and ricotta toast. There's also an outdoor deck that goes all the way around and feels like the city's coolest rooftop bar. Number 7. Brooklyn Heights Promenade. At ground level, being in the middle of Manhattan is one thing. From across the river, seeing it is quite another. From Brooklyn Heights, which is only a few train stops from Lower Manhattan, the city's skyline is very clear. The Brooklyn Heights walkway is above the Brooklyn Queen Expressway and has what might be the best view of the city skyline in all of New York. There is noise from traffic below the quiet path lined with trees. From Remsen Street in the south to Middock Street in the north, the walkway goes along the water. Around the corner, people can cross a basketball court without drawing attention to get to a hanging footbridge that leads to Brooklyn Bridge Park's piers. As you walk around the pretty neighborhood, you should check out the New York Transit Museum, the Sardinian restaurant River Deli, and the old-school dive bar Montero. Number 8. New York Botanical Garden. There are well-kept flower gardens, lush fields, winding trails, and spotless buildings at the New York Botanical Garden. Some places feel very private, like you're really away from everyone else, and other places are so big that it's hard to believe you're still in the Bronx. In the winter, the greenhouses put on a show every year with a train that makes a tiny version of New York City. In the warmer months, they have all kinds of flowers, from cherry trees to peonies. We'd advise you to bring lunch and plan to stay here for at least half a day. Number 9. Museum of Modern Art. The MoMA is in Midtown Manhattan, and it looks smaller from the street than it really is. The museum is one of the most important in the world. It has 630,000 square feet of room and more than 1 million visitors a year. Its collections include works by Van Gogh, Monet, Picasso, Matisse, Rothko, Frida Kahlo, Salvador Dali, and Diane Arbus. It's easy to want to go straight to the 5th floor collection galleries to see The Starry Night and Moonlight on the Water Lilies. But don't miss the exhibitions. They tell new stories and can only be seen for a short time. Make time to look through the unique books and items in the famous gift shop, which is a must-see in New York City on its own. Number 10. Rockaway Beach. In New York City, Rockaway is one of the best public beaches you can visit. It is a long sandy beach on the Atlantic Ocean in Queens, and there are food stands along the 5.5-mile pier. As you sail under the Verrazano Bridge and past Coney Island, let the wind blow through your hair and enjoy the view of the city. The A train can also take you there from most places in the city. Every stretch has a different group of people and style. Beach 90 to 106 is the busiest and has the most food and drink choices. Beaches 67 to 69 and 90 to 92 are good for surfing. Between Beach 153 and Beach 169 is Jacob Riis Park, a popular spot for young people and a summer gathering spot. Number 11. Bedford Avenue, Williamsburg. To get some of the best Italian food in the city, you can walk 2 blocks to Lilia and reserve a table a month in advance. You can enjoy an iced coffee in McCarran Park and see an artsy show at Baby's All Right. The L train that runs along Bedford Avenue makes it the busiest street in cool Williamsburg. It's like North Brooklyn's own people-watching runway. As you walk south from the subway station, probably coming from the East Village, you'll see shops that are typical of the area, such as Catbird, which sells ethereal jewelry with a vintage look, Spoonbill and Sugartown Books, which sells poetry, special design cookbooks, cards, and Awoke Vintage, which is known for its vintage jeans, often from the 1990s. Number 12. Coney Island. People say that Coney Island is like a show for tourists, and that's exactly what it is. It may surprise you, though, how old-fashioned this American beach town is. You'll love the food and drinks, especially those from Totonno's Pizza, Gargiulo's, and Coney Island Brewery. People from all over the world hang out on the beach, eat ice cream cones on the boardwalk, and wait in line for the famous Cyclone roller coaster. The beach, pier, and places like Nathan's are open all year. Each season brings a new entertainment park. Even though they may be crowded, events like the yearly Mermaid Parade are worth seeing because they have daring and exciting acts that you can only find on Coney Island. Which of these places are you excited to visit already? We would like to hear from you in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button to get notified when there are new videos. Thanks for watching.